Welcome back, everybody. We're still at Omni. As you can hear in the background, there's a band playing. You guys know who it is. I'm not going to say who it is, but you guys know who it is.
I think I know.
Yeah.
We don't want to give them credits because we don't want to...
Yeah, we don't want to pay the rights fees or anything like that. We're still at Omni, guys. We got some more beers. I picked up the Time Machine Throwback IPA. And it's your typical IPA. I don't know why it's called Throwback. I didn't read about it, but... They use hops that they found on the ground from 1850 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What'd you guys pick up?
I did the Shantytown Brown. I've
nice.
had it many times. It's a great brown ale. Felt like cutting back on the alcohol content might be a good idea.
Yeah, probably. It's Monday.
Yeah.
I should say that again, this is a Monday. Usually we do these on weekends.
Or Tuesdays.
Or Tuesdays.
Or Thursdays.
Or Thursdays.
Right.
But
Never Monday.
now the reason why we didn't do it, I'll get to your beer in a second, David. The reason why we didn't this weekend, because David had a final project for his class.
Yeah.
And he was very busy all week.
Very.
And so we said, we'll do it on Monday just for David.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still feels like he doesn't want to be here.
Well, because reality is, if I don't pass the final project,
Yeah.
I have to take the class back over.
You have to pay again?
Yes.
How much is it?
$2,000.
Oh, we can make that. I mean, we
And
get
now-
advertisers.
A few more years of podcasting,
And now,
we'll get
if
it
I
covered.
do pass the project,
Yeah.
I'm done with my fucking MBA. So, you know.
Yes. So everybody pray for David. Say, pass your class.
I'm a little stressed.
I can see that.
When will you find out the results? Because that is a big deal.
Probably end of the week.
We're praying for you. Good thoughts. But you know what I'm saying is that I know you texted today and said, I'm paying out.
Yeah.
But once you get here and you start talking, doesn't you feel a little bit better? Does
little
this
bit.
make you feel a little better?
A little bit.
Have a couple beers, chat with the boys.
You know, being able to sit in my Jeep for 5 minutes eating McDonald's actually kind of helped a little bit.
Yeah. This, I don't care what day of the week it is, boys. Whenever I get to do a podcast with you guys, it could be the worst day of my life when I come here and I have a great time.
That's why, maybe doing it on Mondays is not a bad thing.
No, it could be.
Could be.
So, Dave, what'd you get?
I had to go with the birdie putt. So this is, I think I mentioned it earlier. This will be the second birdie putt I've ever had. I enjoyed the first one thoroughly, so I'm going with it again. I should say that I almost had the next episode that David Sterling recommended highly, but I just decided to pass on that because the alcohol content was a bit high for a Monday night. So but the birdie putt's a nice IPA and it's refreshing.
I swear Omni's got the Monday night rocking tonight because they
do.
turned the music up a little bit.
Apparently.
How's it hitting on the levels here?
Oh, it's hitting.
It's hitting? That's good. So we really don't have any more soccer to talk about per se. I mean...
Well, we could circle back and mention that, yes, Minnesota lost at Seattle. The final was 1-0.
1-0, yeah.
I feel like we should do that.
Yeah, we should say that. But we do have something cool to talk about that David found an article about the history of soccer in the United States.
Yeah, and actually, I did not find the article.
I was going to ask you how you stumbled upon this one.
Someone else found it doing research on soccer.
Okay.
And then Bruce McGuire
Oh, Brucey.
retweeted it.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, I have to ask you guys,
Yeah.
if you were to think about the very first soccer game ever played in the United States, where would you guess it was played?
I would say New England.
Right, New England,
say,
yeah, absolutely anywhere, whether you're talking about, I don't know, New York State or Connecticut or somewhere like that.
Exactly
right.
And that's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
So when I saw this article, I was a bit surprised to find out that it was not only Wisconsin,
Well, yes.
but it was Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Waukesha.
And it wasn't Milwaukee, though I guess
Yeah.
Waukesha's close.
It wasn't Madison either.
It wasn't
which is
Madison.
Weird. Yeah.
It wasn't Green Bay, that's been around for a really long time, too.
But they like egg ball.
Right.
Yeah.
It was Waukesha, Wisconsin. The first known game to be played in the United States was October 16th. So very close to
two days from
anniversary.
Yeah.
1866.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. 3 years after the FA in England created the rules for association football.
Yeah.
So it's pretty incredible.
And what's interesting about this is if you read the article, they said they probably got the idea from a dime store or nickel store book.
Yeah. And they actually, in the article, they made a point of saying they don't really know how they would have gotten the idea to play a game like this. They can only speculate that maybe it was from one of these dime books that were popular at the time.
Because it matched up with what they were doing, and I mean, it's pretty incredible because you don't really think about what the rules were back then.
Of course, yeah.
And so it was played between 22 and 25 players.
Yes, yeah.
And that's odd that the two sides had different numbers of
exactly.
players.
They apparently didn't care. Maybe it was because it was Carroll College and then some amateurs.
So
maybe they gave them 3 extra players.
The young men of Waukesha.
The young men of Waukesha.
Maybe the young men of Waukesha needed a couple more people.
And
they might have.
And it's funny, the article makes a point of saying the young men of Waukesha, so to speak, were significantly bigger than the boys of college.
I'm sure they were
Carroll
farmers.
College. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ultimately every goal was considered a game.
Yeah.
And they switched fields every goal.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling like the whoever was writing the article for the Waukesha Freeman at the time, I think the subscription was you could get it was a weekly paper at the time, and I think the subscription cost was $2 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if the author of that article had no idea what he was watching.
Well, exactly.
Probably not.
Right? And the drawings that come with the article are incredible.
If you want to, maybe Tony, you want to read the first.
I'm going to read to you guys what the article says. I'm going to do it in my old-timey voice. So here we go.
At least part of it.
There was a match game at football played between the students of Carroll College and the young men of Waukesha on Thursday last. The challenge was given by the college boys. The others had the first phase of direction in which to kick, but this was changed every time. 7 games were played, of which the college boys won 5. The players on the college side numbered 22, on the other side 25, and were altogether larger men. The whole game was well contested and lasted nearly an hour and a half. The young men of Waukesha have challenged the college boys to play them next Thursday at 3 p.m. on the fairgrounds, and the challenge has been accepted.
Well done.
It wouldn't be nearly as funny if I didn't have alcohol in my system.
Well done. But like I said, I don't know that.
Old-time voice.
And I'm going to have to really fix the levels on that. But
I don't know that the author had any idea of what he was watching there, but he described it well, I suppose.
Yeah, Dave, you pointed out that they didn't have crossbar.
Mm-hmm. No.
They just had 2 posts upright. They didn't technically have a goalie.
Yeah.
The person in goal couldn't touch the ball with their hands.
Yeah.
It's a really incredible.
Another rule another one that I think they called it the fair catch rule, where I think you could catch the ball in the air, then set it down only if you put your heel into the ground, and then you had a free kick.
Kind of like rugby, kind of?
Well,
yeah, kind of. Because there's another part that was a lot like rugby where he said that they would either clump together or they do a line down the field.
Okay.
And that's very rugby.
Like a scrum.
Yeah, you could tell that it was very...
In the rules that I think they were playing with, it said specifically you can't make contact with other players, and you can't... They made it very clear that you can't use your hand except for apparently that one, fair catch rule that they had. But.
Yeah,
no tripping or hacking.
Yes, there are very obvious carryovers to current football. Yeah, it's just really intriguing. If anybody wants to know, the dime store book that we previously mentioned was called, and now I lost it. It was something about football and cricket.
Oh, but another interesting thing too was you could play the ball behind the goal, kind of like hockey.
Yeah, so
yes.
they were theorizing how these these boys from Waukesha and Carroll College, how they knew about this game or how they decided to play. And I think, Dave, what you were referencing was Beadle's Dime Book of Cricket and football.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Being
a
a
complete guide to players and containing all the rules and laws of ground and games.
So yeah, what's interesting? It had the rule. It had like this particular book, which they theorized was where they got this, is because it was published in New York in 1866.
Exactly.
But interestingly enough, it has the rules for playing football or soccer, rugby, and the Eton game, which is somewhat similar to American football.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So everybody's have to break in. Late breaking news. We talk about when we go to breweries, we always have either dogs barking or kids being
Yes.
loud.
We just had our
We just
infant.
had the baby being
Yes.
loud at the brewery.
It's about time.
There we go.
So even in a shortened episode,
Yes.
we still have managed to do it
We're good to go.
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to know, it is the WisconsinSoccerCentral.com.
Yeah.
That's where the story is from. Originally from the Waukesha newspaper in 1866. Pretty cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great article, and David, thanks for bringing this up because we watch a lot of soccer, and it's always interesting to see like the beginnings of how it started off and
Yeah.
what the changes have been made and all that type of stuff. And you're right. I mean, but think about it being in Waukesha, Wisconsin. You think like New England or somewhere on the East Coast, but no, Wisconsin.
And, I feel like this article even mentions that there was a game played like 3 days later in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
So
It's hard to. It's hard. You can't say that this was the first game of
Right,
what
it's
we
just
know
the
as
first
soccer.
recording. That we know.
Recorded. Yeah. So yeah, interesting article. I mean, it's great to talk about soccer, history of soccer in the United States, and although it is Wisconsin, unfortunately. But beggars can't be choosers.
And we always just need one more example of how Wisconsin's better than everybody else.
Let's not go there with the Finley talk too. We bring that up just a little bit. Finley made some comments the other day
He did.
that he feels like he's kind of he's
Wisconsin.
He's a fence setter.
But he's a Wisconsinite.
He's a
Did he use
Wisconsin
the?
guy.
I mean, did he use the term hybrid or not?
Yeah, he said he was a fence sitter.
I think he said fencer.
Pretty much, yeah. He said he grew up in Wisconsin, but he's from Minnesota, and he plays in Minnesota, so
Yeah.
I guess the Wisconsin people like Minnesota soccer.
I'm fairly certain that he was skirting the issue of he's in fact a Packer fan
Oh, yeah.
and a Badger fan
Yeah.
and a Brewers fan. I bet anything.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, if you grow up and spend your entire life there, that's probably how it
There's
works.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I
Obviously.
don't mind the Brewers. Packers, talk about those people.
At least they're better.
David,
Sorry. Not an egg ball podcast.
no egg ball. So, guys, to finish this up,
Speaking of,
we have, the Packers and the Lions play tonight. Big game.
battle for first place.
Our first place. Guys, we have a lot of political upheaval in this country right now. A lot of things going on. We had a Trump rally
it's
here.
a mild way of putting it.
We had a Trump rally here a
Yes.
couple days ago. There was some, there's a lot of upheaval. There's impeachment going on and stuff.
Yes.
But guess what? The biggest battle, from what I see in the news, is about crab legs.
Okay.
Crab legs, boys. Now, have you guys had crab legs before?
You're talking about king crab?
They're just crab legs in general.
Yeah,
I actually hate crab.
Okay.
I like crab. I just find it annoying to eat. I just, it's too much
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's delicious, I think.
So we've had a little bit of a problem with crab legs, specifically in buffets, in the past couple months. We've had 2 big incidents
I can imagine.
where fights have broken out about crab
Oh,
legs.
I wasn't expecting fights.
Oh, there's fights.
I was thinking it'd be like bacterial infection.
No, it's fights.
Okay.
It's a divide in this country about crab legs. And
Are they Trump supporters?
I don't.
The crabs?
Well, they might be. So, back in February, police officer named Gerald Johnson was just trying to enjoy his Friday evening dinner at the Meteor Buffet when crab craziness sparked unrest.
This is pretty good.
Literally, as I sat down and maybe took 2 bites out of my plate, he said, pandemonium struck. There's a woman who's beating a man. People are moving around, plates are shattering everywhere.
Beating.
Yes. The officer moved in to break up the fracas. He watched as 2 diners, an elderly man and an adult woman, started fencing one another with metal tongs used to pick